Hello everyone, I'm Subhojit Panda from OdissaTV.in presenting you today's news from Odisha. First headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi to dedicate 15 MMPTA capacity state-of-the-art Paradeep refinery to the nation on 7th February. In a major relief to Odisha's Director General of Police KB Singh, Supreme Court rejects a PIL filed by Utkal Bharat President Kharvel Swine challenging his appointment. Major fire breaks out at FM station of All India Radio at Tulsipur in Cuttack. Transmission facility of 3 private FM channels disrupted. A 10-member delegation of striking junior doctors at Veer Surendra Sai Institute of Medical Science and Research, Bulla, meets Health Minister Atanu Sabyasachi Naik. And in an exemplary act of community initiative, farmers from 6 panchayats of Khurda district begins building check dam on a river to protect their crops from drought. Now the details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will dedicate the 15 MMPTA capacity state-of-the-art Paradeep refinery to the nation on 7th February. This was informed by Sanjeev Singh, Director Refineries, Indian Oil at a press briefing in Bhubaneswar on Tuesday. He said Indian Oil's 11th refinery at Paradeep will meet the rising energy demands of the country. For better profitability, the refinery is designed to process 100% high sulfur, including 40% heavy low-cost crude oil, and will produce various petroleum products like petrol, diesel, kerosene, aviation turbine fuel, propylene, sulfur, and petroleum coke. Other first-time technological features like fuel gas desulfurization facilities, vapor recovery system from jetty loading, etc. are the other achievements of Paradeep refinery that will ensure environment-friendly operation of the refinery with minimum impact to the ecosystem. The first consignment of products comprising high-speed diesel, superior kerosene and LPG from Indian Oil's Paradeep refinery was first flagged off in November last year. Stating that Indian Oil is evaluating the options of setting up manufacturing facilities from paraxylene, PTA and synthetic ethanol at Paradeep, Singh said these facilities may be installed in the next 5 to 7 years' time, subjected to techno-commercial viability.
लगभग 35,000 करोड़ की लागत से बनी है रिफाइनरी अपने आप में इंजीनियरिंग और रिफाइनिंग टेक्नोलॉजी का एक नायाब नमूना है। इंडियन ऑयल R&D में खुद डेवलप की हुई टेक्नोलॉजी है किंडमैक्स, जो इंडेन मैक्सिमाइजेशन, जो LPG मैक्सिमाइजेशन की टेक्नोलॉजी है, उसका वर्ल्ड क्लास कैपेसिटी का पहला यूनिट इस रिफाइनरी में हम लोगों ने लगाया है.
In a major relief to Odisha's Director General of Police DGP KB Singh, the Supreme Court on Tuesday rejected a public interest litigation PIL challenging his appointment filed by Utkal Bharat President and former MP Kharvel Swine. A 3-member bench of the Apex Court rejected the PIL, which sought to declare the appointment of the top cop null and void. In his PIL, the former parliamentarian cited the case of CRPF DG and former Odisha DGP Prakash Mishra, against whom a graft case was filed by the state government, and questioned the appointment of Singh, who was then reprimanded by the Odisha High Court in the case. In June last year, the Odisha High Court had quashed the state vigilance case against Mishra over allegations that he favored some suppliers in 2009 during his tenure as the CMD of Odisha Police Housing and Welfare Corporation. The High Court had quashed the vigilance case lodged against the 1977 batch Odisha cadre IPS who headed the vigilance then.
जो व्यक्ति विरुद्ध रे हाई कोर्ट एभली मंतव्य देइचंती एवं सुप्रीम कोर्ट ताको मंजूरी देइचंती सेभली व्यक्ति को केमती डीजी करा मुख्य विचारपति अदालत रे जो 3 जणिया खंडपीठ रे एटा पडिथला से माने केस टाको मामला टाको ग्रहण करियो को राजी हेले नै से कहले नाही आमे एथरे पछिमु.
A major fire broke out at the FM station of All India Radio AIR Cuttack at Tulsipur on Tuesday morning, disrupting the transmission facility of 3 private FM channels. According to the reports, the transmission facility of Radio Chocolate, a private FM channel, was completely destroyed after a major fire broke out due to short circuit at around 11:40 am. Following this fire spread to other FM stations like Red FM and AIR FM, severely hitting transmission services of these stations, reports added. transmission service of all 3 FM stations had been disrupted due to the fire at Radio Chocolate, which has been badly damaged as fire broke out from their station. On being informed, Fire Brigade officials from Cuttack Development Authority CDA and a team from Cuttack Fire Station rushed to the spot and doused the fire. Though the extent of loss is yet to be ascertained, it is estimated that properties worth more than rupees 10 crore have been damaged in the mishap.
डोर मुहर प्रबल धुआं जोटा कि आम भितर को प्रवेश करने साहस है एपटू एपटू पानी मराला फास्ट फ्लोर पटू पछपटू भी मराला गोटे पिला को आम बीएसएट पिंधेकी भितर को आम CO2 गैस देकी आम छाड़ू जोटा कि सी सठिक जगह जाकि पानी पकेबार निआ आमर आयत है
बर्तमान देखा गले 3टा स्टेशन बंद बर्तमान अच्छे आफेक्टेड मोर आफेक्टेड रेडियो चॉकलेट मेकानिकल आम पर्यंत आम देखिनु विज्ञापन स्टिल कहते आफेक्टेड है.
Air Odisha Director Trideep Raut, who was arrested on Tuesday by the Commissionerate Police on charges of threatening his wife with death, was released on bail by a local court. Raut, who was being pursued by Commissionerate Police in connection with the case, was nabbed near the Bhubaneswar airport while he was on his way to attend a function of Air Odisha. Later, he was forwarded to a local court. As per the complaint filed by Raut's second wife Rajalakshmi at the Chandrasekharpur police station 2 days back, the Air Odisha director threatened her with death near the Chandrasekharpur petrol pump while she was on her way with family members. In her complaint, Rajalakshmi also quoted Raut as saying that she would face dire consequences if she did not withdraw the dowry torture case against him. Following this, Rajalakshmi lodged a complaint at the Chandrasekharpur police station. Raut had also engaged spies to keep track on Rajalakshmi, the complaint added. Notably, Raut had recently got bail from the Odisha High Court in a dowry torture case filed by Rajalakshmi at the Mahila police station. Rajalakshmi and Raut are at present staying apart. Raut's first wife had filed 3 complaints against him, whereas his second wife had lodged 2. Raut's arrest has come as a huge embarrassment for Air Odisha, which was celebrating its first interstate flight services from the Bhubaneswar airport on Tuesday. A 10-member delegation of striking junior doctors at Veer Surendra Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research Vimsar, Burla met Health Minister Atanu Sabyasachi Naik in Bhubaneswar today to discuss the 11-point charter of demands. Official sources said the delegation along with Vimsar's principal, superintendent and director will meet Naik to discuss several issues relating to the institution. The decision was taken at a meeting attended by Sambalpur MLA Raseswari Panigrahi. But the doctors insisted on continuing the strike till the demands are met. Meanwhile, Resident Doctors and Nursing Association of Vimsar have extended their support to the agitating junior doctors. About 450 junior doctors and house surgeons are on strike to press for fulfillment of the 11-point charter of demands. The demands are installation of a magnetic resonance imaging MRI machine, delegation of financial and administrative powers to Vimsar, shifting of female medicine ward to a new building, strengthening of security on the medical college premises, round-the-clock water and electricity supply at the operation theatre, a labour room, a sick newborn care unit SNCU, an intensive care unit ICU, a new medicine ward, a canteen, hostels, an increase in library fund, recruitment of staff for the library, filling up of vacant teaching and non-teaching posts and improvement in the sanitary condition of the institute. The ceased work by the junior doctors and house staff has badly affected health services in this premier government referral hospital of Western Odisha. In an exemplary act of community initiative, farmers from 6 panchayats of Khordha district have begun building a check dam on a river to protect their crops from drought. According to the reports, around 400 farmers of Saradhapur village have been building the dam on Rajua river using sandbags. The farmers of the village allege that the administration had failed to take any steps even after repeated demands to build a dam on the river. A result, their crops were frequently damaged due to drought or flood. We are building the dam with contribution of rupees 200 from each family and buying sandbags from companies to protect our crops from drought, said Balakrishna Pradhan, one of the farmers engaged in building the check dam.
400 ରୁ 500 लोक डेली आम आज के 8 दिन है माने क्रमागत खटुचु सकाळ 8 रु आरंभ करूँ दिन 4टा पर्यंत भोक उपास भी बाली बस्ता मुंडे बोहिकी आप्राण चेष्टा करी बंध केमी करूँ बोलिक समस्त हुई ये एकता बल आज बंध पूर्णांग हाँपाई
जेहेतु यहाँ कौन स्कीम रे नहीं मु परमिशन पाइले टेम्परारी क्रॉस बंध करी कंक्रीट गोटे ब्यारेज टाइप बड़ चेक डैम करा जस्ट डिजाइन टा फाइनल हो गले आम सांगे सांगे रेफरल करदेबू मसे भितर हो
India's public sector oil major Indian Oil is making all-out efforts to meet the deadline set by the centre to switch over to BS6 norms of auto emissions and auto fuels of commensurate quality, motor spirit and high-speed diesel directly from BS4 norms with effect from April 2020. Director Refineries Indian Oil Sanjeev Singh at a press briefing in Bhubaneswar on Tuesday informed that oil PSUs are expected to invest about rupees 28,750 crore for switching over to BS6 auto fuels. In diesel HSD, S-spec gets reduced from 350 ppm in BS3 to 50 ppm in BS4 and finally to only 10 ppm in BS6. In gasoline MS, S-spec gets reduced from 150 ppm in BS3 to 50 ppm in BS4 and finally to only 10 ppm in BS6. It will take about 4 years to implement these projects depending on the nature and scope of the particular project. Singh said, adding Indian oil refineries are confident to meet the deadline of April 2020 set by the centre for supplying BS6 quality fuel in the market. Voters turned out in large numbers for the first ever elections to the newly formed Baliguda and Champua Notified Area Councils NACs on Tuesday. No untoward incidents were reported during the polling for the two NACs, each with 13 wards. 74% of voters exercised their franchisee in Baliguda, while the turnout was even bigger at Champua at 83%, sources in the office of the State Election Commission SEC said. A total of 12,764 voters casted their votes in 16 booths in Baliguda, while 9,508 voters exercised their franchisee in 13 booths in Champua. The Congress, BJD and BJP have fielded candidates for all 13 wards in Baliguda, while 3 persons were contesting the polls as independent candidates. The BJD and BJP have fielded candidates in all 13 wards in Champua, while the Congress has fielded 8 candidates. Besides, 7 persons are contesting as independent candidates. Polling for these two NACs began at 8 a.m. and ended at 5 p.m. The district administrations had put in place elaborate security measures for the smooth conduct of the polls. Commissionerate Police on Tuesday said it will file charge sheet against city-based engineering student Tarini Prasad Samantrai, who had hacked the official website of Odisha University of Agriculture and Technology OUAT 4 days back. Meanwhile, pleading ignorance, Samantrai said he had no idea that the website belonging to an institution of repute like OUAT could be hacked so easily. After the incident, the OUAT authorities have woken up to enhance the security of the website, which was developed more than a decade back. Informing this to media after analysing 400-odd Internet Protocol IP addresses on Monday, Commissionerate Police had tracked down Samantrai, a student of a private engineering college here, for hacking the website. Samantrai, a self-confessed ethical hacker, was identified after police tracked his IP address and proceeded to zero in on the system and Internet user IDs.
हाँ अरेस्ट करे तो पीआर बॉन्ड हो गिरफ्त करी ताको बॉन्ड रे छाड़ देलो देयर वाज नो नीड टू फॉरवर्ड हिम एक्चुअली सो से बेलेबल मतलब थाना नॉट बेलेबल बट थाना रे बेल देई हो सेते नहीं एबे तो चार्ज शीट हबार संभावना अछि हो दो तारो इंटेंशन एते नहीं बट द फैक्टर अछि जे हैक तो करी छी ना ही हैज हैक जेतु हैक करी छी तो चार्ज शीट तो हबार संभावना अछि
चेक भी करनी तार वेबसाइट को विजिट भी करनाছিল तापर हे गला परे तापर आउ किछ समय पर पुनी आउथले एक्सेस करिया को ट्राई कला बेलको ताको वेबसाइट डाउन हो जायतला तापर क्लास सकाळे क्लास गली क्लास आसला पर देखि न्यूज सब आछि वेबसाइट में हो जाय चेक करथली एक्सपेरिमेंट कर वेबसाइट एते वीक थिला बोली म कहबे जान नथले हे गला किंतु हम वर्तमान चेष्टा करू वेबसाइट को एक्सेस न करिया पे जो एई प्रकार जो माने आछंती ताको हम सिक्योरिटी किछि तार थिबो चेक थिबो हम से प्रकार कार्यक्रम नबो एवं ताको हम देखिबो जे सिक्योरिटी चेक कले जो माने जो माने एक्सेस एई टाइप रो करूचंती करि परिबे नै।
Large number of devotees thronged the Sun Temple of Konark in Puri district on Tuesday morning to offer prayers to Sun on the occasion of Samba Dasami. According to the reports, hundreds of people were seen gathering at Chandrabhaga beach, situated 3 km east of the Sun Temple, and started praying once the sun sets. Besides, a Rath Yatra was also held and devotees pulled the chariot from Anand Abhaduta Matha to Chandrabhaga, reports added. As per the culture, Samba, son of Lord Krishna, was afflicted by leprosy and was cured by the sun god Surya after 12 years of penance near Konark. On this day, mothers pray to Surya for the health of their children. On the day of Samba Dasami, the women in the family wake before sunrise. After bathing, they prepare dishes such as khichdi, Odia puri and Ghadgadiya Tarkari, a curry, and offer them to the sun god at sunrise. Each prepared food item is offered in the name of each family member. Once the food items have been offered to the Surya, the women prepare a set of cake-like dishes called pitha, which include monda pitha, kakara pitha, arisa pitha, biri lodu, makar chawda, chenna guda, dhannumua, khiri, rasagola, jili, chenna goja, and sweet curd. Before wrapping up the news headlines once again, Prime Minister Narendra Modi to dedicate 15 MMPTA capacity state-of-the-art Paradip refinery to the nation on 7th February. In a major relief to Odisha's Director General of Police KB Singh, Supreme Court rejects a PIL filed by Utkal Bharat President Kharvel Swine challenging his appointment. Major fire breaks out at FM station of All India Radio at Tulsipur in Cuttack. Transmission facility of 3 private FM channels disrupted. A 10-member delegation of striking junior doctors at Veer Surendra Sai Institute of Medical Science and Research, Budla, meets Health Minister Atanu Sabyasachi Naik. And in an exemplary act of community initiative, farmers from 6 panchayats of Khurda district begins building check dam on a river to protect their crops from drought. That's all for today. Thanks for watching.